Hi, my name is Pastor Hal York, and welcome to Truth in the Trenches. Today we're going to be in Proverbs 22:18 and 19. Verse 18 says, "For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, that they may be ready on your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. I have taught you today, even today." Well, what's he talking about? It will be pleasant, that they may be ready on your lips. What's he talking about? What's the subject of these two verses? Well, it's found in verse 17. "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge." The subject of these two verses is wisdom. The words of the wise. Pleasant to you if you keep them. In other words, don't leave home without them. And don't come home without them either. Keep them with you. But I want to think about one word in particular. Wisdom is not like the money you keep under your mattress or hidden away in a shoebox, that special stash we have for a rainy day. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what wisdom is like. It's not something we have stored away just in case we need it. Now, wisdom is no good if it's not being applied, if it's not being used, if it's not being obeyed. The words of the wise are pleasant if you keep them within you. They are at hand. They are in your wallet. They are in your heart, so to speak, in your mind. And I like the last part of verse 18. They are ready on your lips. That's where wisdom must be to be of any value. Not stored away somewhere, but ready. Ready to make a choice. Ready to say the right thing. Ready to spot and avoid things that may harm us in our spiritual lives or even our physical lives. 1 Peter 3 says, "Be ready to give an answer for the hope that is within us." Be ready. Sadly, what is on the lips and in the heart of many believers is the wisdom of fools, the wisdom of this world. And when it comes time to speak, to reason, to make that choice that's right there in front of us, to speak now, we have to go one way or the other. What they're ready for is not a wise choice, but a worldly one, because that's what's in their hearts and that's what's on their lips. Their answer is worldly philosophy, worldly ideas, norms, worldly morality, and priorities. And sometimes there's not always time to sit down and think about everyday choices we make. We leave the house ready for a lot of things, ready to face the day, ready to face the challenges, ready to face a hard day at work. But are we ready and armed with wisdom, or just our own opinions and worldly ideas? The word ready means prepared. I remember watching Westerns when I was growing up, in the old cowboy movies and John Wayne and all that stuff. And invariably there will be the gunfight. People, they stand back to back and walk away and turn around, and who's going to be the fastest draw? In the blink of an eye, it's over. But when you're standing there facing somebody in a gun battle, a duel, that's not when you start looking for your gun or start practicing your quick draw or start relying or reading about different techniques. It's too late for that. You better be ready. Ready means ready. It means now. It doesn't mean I'm getting ready. It means ready, or I'll be ready, or I want to be ready. Ready on your lips means it's there. Wisdom is ready. It's in your heart. And why is it there? And why is that important? Because it means we're ready to trust the Lord, verse 19. What we really trust in will be evident by the choices we make. What we trust in our hearts is evident by what we are ready and able and willing to talk about. If your trust is in the stock market, you no doubt can talk about it and how it functions quite eloquently. What we trust in is ultimately where we focus our attention and what we seek to understand. And we are prepared to or ready to make decisions in an instant based on what we know. Are you ready to live a wise life? To make wise choices? To speak wisely when it comes to raising our children, in your marriage, in our priorities? Are you ready to trust the Lord? Is that in your heart? Is it on your lips? That's where we do it in everyday life. In everyday life. We need to be ready. We need to be prepared. Prepared to be generous. Prepared to be merciful, loving, helpful, ready to give an answer. These opportunities almost always come unannounced. But they always happen in that place we call today, not tomorrow. You live a wise life and make wise choices today. There's no time to get ready, so we must always be ready to live wisely. Is that you? It will be pleasant if you keep them within you, that they may be ready on your lips. What? Wisdom. Wisdom. Do you know how to live a wise life? Do you know the principles of biblical morality, of living a wise life morally? How to avoid temptation? Where certain actions we're going to lead if we fall into them? Do you know how to make wise choices, to speak wisely, to give wise counsel? These opportunities to do so are going to hit you quickly. They're going to hit you unannounced, and you have to choose. You have to make a decision. Are you ready to make a wise one? May we treasure wisdom in our heart, that we may be ready to give an answer, ready to live a wise life, be generous, merciful, loving, and helpful. And that day we call today. We must always be ready for the glory of God and for the good of others. May God bless.